Alrighty, top 8 is wrapping up tonight, folks. Anthony with you once again, and we are going to jump straight into the action. Brettasaurus versus Champion, Sky Shadow versus Galaxy Prime, two of the most powerful decks in this game's history. Brett will be going first, and with that, you are clear to start. And so Brett's going first. Sky Shadow, the only Sky Shadow deck, the only true Sky Shadow deck, I should say, to make top cut, using Sergeant Cup with Vorath. Tank going in first into Flame War, it looks like, for 4 Pierce 1. Takes the Pierce 1. Champion will draw for turn. And flip Flame War on Champion's side. And that is not Transformers.cards. I need to pull it up because Cup is on the field. Sparring Gear on Galaxy Prime. Start to get him loaded up. That's going to be Champion's key to winning this in the late game. Night Racer going in for 4. I think that's a block. Yep, that's a block. And I got to find where the thing is. There we go. Okay, so Brett is now up. So going into Night Racer. Point position onto the tank. That's always helpful. Okay, so this cup, before we start getting into analysis, the cup that Brett is using, also Vorath gives tough 1 for those of you who don't know. 7-star, 3-10-2 in alt mode, 4-10-2 in bot mode. Scouting mission on Cup, so he'll draw 2. So Cup in alt mode, tough 1 when one of your wreckers, which Cup is, takes 1 or more damage during your turn, it gets that much plus attack until end of turn. So he gets +1 attack until end of turn. Cup will flip to bot mode. When you flip to this mode, you may scrap a blue card from your hand. If you do, scrap an enemy upgrade. Flips to bot mode, scraps a handheld to get rid of the sparring gear, and then sends Cup in where he has to. A good set of plays from Brett there. Going in for 5 Pierce 1 from that +1, of course. 5 blocking 4 takes the 1. We are going to be here for a while, folks. It seems we have 2 blue decks. Picking up, I believe that was a Scoundrel's Blaster, dropping a Lion Weight. Moving over to Champion's turn. Flipping Galaxy to alt... Nope, he was in alt mode. He was thinking about flipping to bot mode. Now immediately thinking, is that the right decision? I mean, honestly, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't. Not going to flip anybody, it looks like. Sending Flame War into the tank as she has to go. Going into for 3. That's a block. Okay, grand total of 3 damage has been dealt this game, and all of it has been dealt by Brett because that damage on Cup was from his own scouting mission. Blue matchups, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have your bucket of popcorn ready, by God, go do that now. Anyways, Cup is going to flip to alt mode. He has tough 2 right now, pretty decent. Scoundrels onto the plane. Ideally, you would have liked to drop that on a character that can attack Galaxy, but at this point, you take what you can get to try to get the synergistic or the support pieces off the board. So that way, when it comes to later in the game, Sky Shadow combined is going to be able to just whack Galaxy for as much as possible. Leap into battle, though, that helps. And it sounds like Night Racer was the hit. Based on where Champion is putting his cards, I'd assume so. So the attack is for 6, 9. 9 Pierce 4. Wait, what? Where's he getting the Pierce 4 from? What? Where's the Pierce 4 coming from? Hold on, I gotta check this. Where was the Pierce 4 coming from there? Okay, gotcha. Okay, so there was a miscount there involving the Scoundrel's Blaster, so it was only Pierce 2. Wait. How much damage did Flame War take there? Javelin on Prime. I will jump in during the untap and try to figure that out. I'm not going to interrupt plays because that seems like a bad idea. Just make a note of that. And unfortunately, I cannot review the footage right now. Because I'm trying to think here. He sent the tank into Flame War, sent the Cup into Night Racer, sent the plane into Flame War. Yeah, shouldn't Flame War have 2 less damage? We're claiming a Matrix to the top of the deck. That's always a good move. Prime will throw the Javelin at the plane, sending into the tank. Going in for 9, getting the trigger, so we'll get a Matrix here. Tank will block... Ooh, only blocks 4, takes 5. Not ideal. And that Matrix will go on to Prime. And we have an untap here as soon as Brett decides on his greens, and then I will jump in to check in what's going on with that damage cap. How much damage did Flame War have before that attack from the plane? Okay, so then it was Pierce 2 on that last attack because the Scoundrels was accidentally thrown in. Oh, he did? Okay, forgive me, I suck at math. Okay, so it turns out 4 damage was dealt on that attack regardless, so Brett, champion, if you're watching this back, forgive me for being a total idiot. Then again, what else is new? Anyways, this is why I need a co-commentator, and B, people need to be watching to call me out for this crap. Anyways, Javelin on the tank. Okay, it looks like Javelin is going to be the card of the night, folks. Flip Cup to bot mode. Scrapping a steady shot to get rid of the Matrix. Cup's upgrade scrapping coming in clutch here. Good lord. That is pretty good if you ask me. So now, I mean, here's the thing. If you send in the tank, you're probably gonna be able... Well, okay, actually, no. I was about to say something about doing damage, but that is not what the tank is for. If you send the tank in... Whoa, wait, Cayman, that changes things. So 1 to the tank, 2 to Flame War is probably what I'm guessing. 2 to Flame War, okay. That makes this a bit more of a viable option. Sending the tank into Flame War, throwing the Javelin at Flame War. That is not an alive on 1 because it was dealt by non-attack damage. And there's the Pierce. Flame War goes down. Alrighty. That is about as good of a situation as you could ask for if you're Brett. If you're champion, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you still don't want to see it. Flip Prime to alt mode. Top card of the deck is a Matrix. Where's Rapid Conversion when you need it so that way you can immediately flip back to bot mode and, you know, get that Matrix on since Brett scrapped the last one because Cup is actually putting in work this game. And I'm not saying that as a thing, like, against Brett's deck building decisions. Far from it. In fact, not at all. I'm just saying we never see this Cup, and usually when we do, he's, like, turtling in alt mode. So to see his bot mode, like, putting in some massive work is just insane. I cannot make out what that utility is. Night Racer going in for 4, it looks like. Okay, so that's a block on the tank. Or with the tank, I should say. Dropping a steady shot for a Scoundrels. Alrighty. Keeping that on hand for late game shenanigans involving just wheel-turning Galaxy Prime. Okay, I'm trying to get a read on what that utility is. And I can't quite figure it out. Oh, I think that's an energy pack. Hold on. Let me pull up energy pack on dot cards and try to figure that out. Battle cards. And hey, Brett has a reshuffle here. Perfect timing for me to go digging for this. There's the cut. So then Brett will go a processor on the plane, flip cup to alt mode, sending the plane into Night Racer. Interesting. On the one hand, I get it. You don't want Cup getting smacked by Galaxy. On the other hand, that's... no, he's playing a blue deck. I was about to say that's risky because then Galaxy Prime could potentially cause Sky Shadow to combine on 16, but given he's playing a blue deck, I don't think that's a problem. Picking up a Smelt, dropping a Lion Weight on champion side of the field as Night Racer takes, I believe, 2 damage there. Flip Prime to bot mode. Yep, it is an energy pack. And there's another. There's a processor. There's a secret. Tough one off Night Racer is enabled. And send. Oh right, I forgot. Folks, this is why I need a co-commentator. I forgot about the point position on Brett's side of the field. And blocking 5. 8 blocking 5, take 3. Say the line, Bart. Now, if you're Brett, you hope you have a Cayman. Because then you combine and just absolutely just annihilate Prime. Come on, Brett. Well, either Cayman or Scouting Mission does it here. Flips Cup. Scrapping a Scout Armor to get out the processor. Having that on-demand removal has just been insane thus far. He's gotten 3 upgrade scraps off of it. And again, like I said earlier, we usually never see this Cup in bot mode. He's always turtling in ult mode whenever he's seeing play, and that's only on the casual circuits. But now here Brett is making him put in work. Scoundrel's on the Cup, but it immediately gets removed for the Sab Arms. He does not have a Cayman or a Scouting Mission to force a combine here and get a wheel turn. Blocking 4 takes the 1. That was a 5 or 4. I think it was a 5. It was a 5. I think it was a 5 attack swing. Anyways, we have an untap here. And moving over to Champion's turn. So, this is a situation. Because if you send in Galaxy Prime, you could potentially get a combined trigger of Sky Shadow, and you're only sitting on 4 damage total, and that's pretty decent. But at the same time, since you know Brett is running a blue shell, is that really the best idea? Do you maybe send in Night Racer first to soften him up? Galaxy Prime flips and sees a Sparring Gear, which is very much not in action. And a question is being asked that makes me think that Champion either has a marksmanship or a precision fire in hand. Asking what mode the 2 Sky Shadow pieces are in, and the answer to that is alt mode. So he can't marksmanship. He can't marksmanship Cup either because he's body mode. Leap into battle on Night Racer and goes into the plane, it sounds like. That seems like the correct decision. Going in for 8. 8 blocking 2. Yep, into the plane. 8 blocking 4, excuse me. Takes 4. So Sky Shadow is combining with a minimum of 16 here. So that did come to fruition. I mentioned earlier something about combining with 16 damage. That is very much happening, it seems. Champion has an espionage there he's looking at, and there's a marksmanship, so that seems like what he was asking about a moment ago. Although marksmanship is a very dead card in this matchup because nobody is in bot mode except for Vorath. Actually, in the end of the game, Vorath and Ominous can be hit by it, so it's not completely dead, but for the majority of the game, it's a dead draw. So Sky Shadow is going to be combining with 16 at minimum. He's got to go into Night Racer here. I don't think you play any self-damage cards on Cup. I just don't think you do that right now. Flip Cup to... Actually, no, maybe you do. Because if you do, you force a Galaxy Prime swing into Cup. He has Tough 2 right now since he just flipped alt mode. you have a bit of durability there to tank the hit. You're a blue shell as well, so you can tank that. Then if you're holding on to a scouting mission or a cave-in crash, once Prime attacks, you're able to play that, combine into Sky Shadow, shoot him for 3, and then get an additional 4, probably 5 or 6 on averages, or on average, I should say, from your flips. Spy Stat for +1, that's not too bad. And steady shotting, oh, wait a minute. Steady shotting the tank and sending him in, oh, he's forcing a wheel turn. And this is why, Brett won the OI, folks. Plays like this. Of course, in the OI, he was running Galaxy Prime, but, still. Skill on display here, folks. Which is also why I have not reached the finals ever, but we're not going to talk about that. Anyways, Night Racer takes 2 off that. Over to Champion's turn. Flip Prime. Play a Sparring Gear onto Prime. Also, I don't know why, but I got the sense I misspoke earlier about Brett's result in the OI. I'm 90% sure I did say he won it, but in case he didn't, ignore what in case I didn't, I should say. God, I cannot speak today. In case I didn't say he won, ignore what I previously said, he won the OI. Anyways, Prime going in where he has to. He has a Sparring Gear now. Oh my god, if Champion does not get any Pierce or Orange icons here, the tank is gonna live. Oh, this is gonna be hilarious if that happens. Alrighty, here's the cut. The fate on whether Sky Shadow combines here or not is in Brett's hands. Does not get it. Going in for 8, blocking 8. That tank is still alive, and now Brett is relying on either a Cayman or a scouting mission to get the combine here, assuming that's what he wants. Admittedly, maybe it's not the best idea with Night Racer still kicking, but I mean, it's 8 Pierce 4, and you really do need to start putting damage on Galaxy Prime now, especially with that Sparring Gear out. Although he is thinking about flipping Cup. Potentially getting rid of that Sparring Gear could be handy in the long run. I don't think there's a situation where he shoots the energy pack right now. It just is. It just, frankly, is not relevant at the moment. So, shoot the upgrade that's going to minimize your damage here, and then start smacking with Sky Shadow if possible. He looks to have 3 cards in hand, so if he has another blue icon card that isn't Scouting Mission, this should be a easy enough play. But if Scouting Mission's his only blue card in hand, that poses a problem. Okay, there is the Scouting Mission. He'll do 1 to the tank, he'll draw 2 cards, and here's the boy! So he'll combine with 16, draw 2, and Prime will take 3. The point position will scrap. And that is a very smart place to actually put Ominous, I just realized. Keep it under the strat. Why did I never think of that? That seems like so much easier than just having it off to the side. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking things again, but that is a good idea. So there's the 2 draw for Scouting Mission. Hopefully he drew into a blue icon. And looks like he did. Flip Cup. Scrapping a Lion Weight. That's about as good of a scrap as you could have asked for. And getting rid of the Sparring Gear. Hey, look, I actually predicted the play. Who could have seen that coming? See, I can be on my game sometimes when I'm alone when it comes to commentary. Anyways, going into Prime, it sounds like. There's the Pierce 2 I alluded to earlier. Going in for 10 Pierce... Oh, wait, that's 10 Pierce 8. Is it? Yep, 10 Pierce 8. 2 black icons, Pierce 2 from Scoundrels, and Pierce 4 from the head. And blocking for taking 8 up to 10. It's just that easy, folks. It's just that easy. Sending Cup into Optimus. Currently going in for 5. I don't think this attack is going to do nearly as much. Hi, Legendary. Because that's a block of 5 currently on Galaxy. Hey, Pierce 1. Oh, Pierce 2. There's a Smoke Cloak in there. So 5 Pierce 2. Galaxy is now up to... Oh, right. He had 4 damage from after the Sky Shadow ping. So he's now up to... He was up to 12 after the Sky Shadow attack. Up to 14 after Cup Swing, which is pretty decent, all things considered. And I'm talking about both the attack, the damage that Cup was able to put out, plus where Galaxy Prime is in the game state. Admittedly, Champion is in a pretty good state to just smack Sky Shadow and put Brett on the back foot. But he is going to probably need to waste Galaxy Prime to do that, and then Cup could potentially come in and be a problem. Admittedly, it's not likely, but you never know what could happen. Brett could be pocketing some weird tech we don't know about. Got money on anybody? Honestly, I really don't. I do not know the Sky Shadow versus Galaxy Prime matchup very well. And by I don't know it very well, I mean I don't know it at all. That matchup was not something I'm familiar with, because that was the time period when, between me slightly taking the game competitively and cancellation, when I really didn't know what I was doing. I've talked about this before. This is a tangent while Champion is thinking about what his next move is going to be. Basically, prior to, joining the community and becoming a leader of it, mainly joining the community, pausing that story, Champion with a leap in, or Galaxy Prime with a leap into battle, going into Sky Shadow, going in for 11, blocking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, taking 4, is that dead on the nose? On the nose, down goes Sky Shadow, and out comes Ominous. Anyways, back to my story while Brett is setting that up here. Prior to me joining the community, more officially, I had no idea what I was doing. I was at least somewhat competent, but I just, looking back on it, I sucked. Remember my infamous Cayman sucks take? Yeah, that one. That was not my finest moment. So Ominous is on the field. Galaxy Prime is still kicking. That hit is pretty substantial. Flipping Cup to alt mode. Ideally, you'd like to have a Cayman in hand to put essentially... Well, you're putting 2 damage on Galaxy. You also need to get rid of that energy pack, but you can definitely save that for next turn, especially considering the fact that you do have Tough 2 at the moment. He's going for... There's a Scoundrels. Okay, that's always helpful. So he's going in currently for 3, 4, 5, 6 Pierce 2. Or, yeah, 6 Pierce 2. Work overtime to draw 2. Nice. Then Cup into where he has to. So currently going in for 6 Pierce 2. 6 Pierce 3. 6 Pierce 4. Blocking 4, taking 4, up to 18. Ooh, wait a minute. Cup is likely to survive this. He has 4 cards in hand. He could, if he has a Scoundrels, he plays that onto Ominous, he plays that onto Ominous, flips Cup, scraps the energy pack, he's right back in it. Actually, I think that implies that he, got knocked out of it because of the fact that Sky Shadow died, which admittedly in the moment he kind of did, but having Scoundrels plus work overtime to set up for next turn and then Cup doing 4 damage, that's probably more what put him back in it. God, I really need to learn how to commentate properly. Playing Minecraft while watching this. Legendary, can I ask you something? Why? Just why? Why would you pay attention to that when you have some top-tier gameplay over here? Reclaim coming down to grab probably a Matrix, maybe another energy pack. Oh, grabbing the sparring gear. I get it, but also I don't, because Galaxy's probably dead. Going in for 4, and that is a pretty easy block. Turns out Tough is actually a good ability, ladies and gentlemen, despite what the Wave 5 meta may have told you. Flip Cup. It's probably scrapping a handheld. Scrapping point position. Yeah, that also is a good scrap. Get rid of the energy pack. And now he needs either a Cayman or a Scoundrels at this point in order to get the kill here. Or Steady Shot. That works as well. Galaxy Prime is just dead here, folks. I really need to stop calling games early. Because, like, as soon as Sky Shadow went down, I thought, honestly, Champion had it. But, that was, very much wrong. So, roast me in the comments all you want. Ominous going in for 4 Pierce 4. That is a dead Galaxy Prime. And things have now swung in Brett's favor. And there's the sparring gear on Night Racer. Honestly, that card really is Champion's kind of last hope here. Okay, so Champion asking about Ominous's health. Something tells me he has a marksmanship in hand, which will not kill Ominous. Flipping Night Racer up to bot mode. Anytime you see that, you know something's gone wrong. Smelt. Ooh, that. You probably get rid of the Spy Sat. Yeah, get rid of the Spy Sat here. And Brett, I think, confused Smelt for Disassemble there. To be fair, a lot of green icon removal hasn't really seen a whole lot of play recently. So, honestly, a lot of us have probably forgotten what they do. 4, no Pierce. Blocking 3, taking 1. Marksmanship now will kill Ominous. We're going to go ahead and move over to Brett's turn here. He's got 2 attacks. He doesn't have any inbuilt Pierce right now with Cup, but he is swinging for 6, so that helps. Flipping to alt mode. If he's got a Cayman here, that does equalize the loss of the attack on the flip to alt mode. Steady Shot Ominous. Okay, I guess the... So that's Pierce 4. So Night Racer's going to go up to 9 here after the reshuffle. And... Four Pierce 5, 4 Pierce 4, essentially. And Cup goes in. Can he get the Pierce 2? Nope. Oh! 5. No Pierce. Blocked. Ooh. I don't think that majorly impacts Brett's chances of winning, because Cup still is floating with 1... How has Cup not been damaged more this game? The only damage he took was from that scouting mission early on. And as I say that, Armed Hovercraft comes down and does 1 damage to everybody. And sounds like he's going after Ominous. Champion is, that is. Playing a secret action to get the bold 1. Can he get the Pierce? There's a white icon. Hold up. I gotta jump in. You have bold 1 from having a secret face down. Oh, that actually mattered! Oh, the bold 1 off of Night Racer getting the kill on Ominous. And I say that like it's absolutely swung the game, but Night Racer is alive on 2, Cup is alive on almost full. And also can flip to bot mode and scrap that sparring gear. Brett is now checking in on the health. That is 9 damage on Night Racer, and he's thinking hard about what to scrap here. In terms of what he's getting rid of in his hand, I think the obvious pick here for a scrap is Sparring Gear. Scrapping a scouting mission. Okay. Gets rid of the Sparring Gear. Playing a secret, so no upgrade. And sending in currently for 6. What's the secret? Hold the line. Okay, now he's got to get 3 damage. That's fun. There's 1. There's 6 pierce 2. Oh, 6 blocking 3 takes 3. And that is a dead Night Racer. Brett goes ahead and takes game 1, and now I gotta be a ref. Alrighty, champion, will you be going first or second? You're going first. Brett, will you side any characters? Champion, will you side any characters? Okay, I will let you get back to those machinations, and you can start sideboarding battle cards whenever you're ready. So, Champion is going first. Brett is not signing any characters. Champion is contemplating if he wants to side any characters, but they are going for battle cards right now. And while that is happening, if you've been watching this event at all thus far, you know what time it is. It's where we talk about Open Play Night. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on the community Discord, we host our Open Play Nights, encouraging people to bring all sorts of flavors of jank. This week, there's no theme. Just bring whatever jank you want and maybe come kick my rear. So, yeah. It's fun time. If you play at least 2 games, you get some currency, some server currency for the upcoming new and improved Shannick store that is launching this upcoming weekend over on Transformers.cards, which, by the way, that's also where you can find out information about upcoming open play nights and what they are going to be. You can also find that information on the Discord, and that Discord is actually where you participate, so if you want to join in, head on over to discord.gg/TransformersTCG. And we'll help you figure out the open play night thing. And if you want information about upcoming open play nights, again, Transformers.cards is where you want to be at. Back to the sideboarding process. And he's siding into Thrust. He's siding into Thrust. So, Naga's in the chat. I have money on... You're not even playing in this match, dude. Save the trash talking for when the finals actually start. Which, by the way, if you haven't watched that yet, Naga defeated Steven in the top 4 to advance to his first finals since Encounter 5 last season. And ironically, both times he's made it to finals, he's been on Fort Max. You know what that means, folks? Tech against Fort Max in your sideboard. We can't have the Kiwis winning anything anymore. And it looks like there's a conversation going on during the sideboarding process talking about game balance right now. And Brett is out here talking about how basically all the problematic cards have either been taken out back or effectively neutered. And again, I've said this entire event. I would agree with that sentiment. I think all of the Wave 5 nonsense has been tamed down. The last two remaining, or really the last remaining thing was Belt Belligerence. That's been replaced by Bellicosity. And then Sky Shadow Sync was dealt a while ago, and now it's being brought back in a way that allows him to be played but you have to get creative with his partners. I mean, look at what people have done throughout this event. GN had it out of the sideboard with Tailwind. Brett's running it with Cup and doing good with it. I ran it with Aimless because, Blue Sky Shadow seems like a fun time. Zero ran him with Nova Storm. Admittedly, we still have more testing to do with it. This is not going to be the only testing data we have for this card, because that would frankly be stupid. But this is still a good amount of data with the card, especially since we have 3.5 decks floating around that we're making use of it. So we have an initial baseline of kind of where the power level is at, and now we just need to send it off to Ozzy, Wheeljank, Scorp, and Naga to try to break the thing. Unfortunately, none of them broke it in this event because Scorp, Ozzy, and Wheeljank were not playing in this event. And Naga decided to go on Fort Max because he was suffering a little bit from 3 straight top 4 losses. Brett is still going through his sideboard. Probably deciding on if Bellicosity is a good call in this matchup or not. And honestly, I'd say it is. The thing with Galaxy Prime and Thrust, they one-shot you with insane amounts of speed. You need to match that, or you are going to pretty much get nuked out of the game in 5 minutes. Wait, Champion absolutely destroying people in the first 5 minutes of a game? Where have I seen that before? Anyways, enough talking about Bellicosity. I just realized now that entire conversation unintentionally revolved around Bellicosity and Belligerence, because for those of you who don't know, the event I was alluding to there was in Encounter 3's top 4, when Champion in top 4 against me ended game 1 in about 5 minutes because of a Belligerence. And that ended up being the last straw for most of us in regards to Belligerence, and we are now preparing to take it out behind the shed, as you probably have figured out by the fact that Bellicosity exists. Okay, Brett seems to have his game plan locked in. Champion going first. Now comes the question of who does he try to go after first? Because you're going in for 11, you're not getting the kill. Let's establish that right now. Unless his flips are absolutely insane and Brett's are absolute garbage, Champion is not getting a kill here. So at that point, what do you do? If you ask me, you probably want to get the plane damage. Cup probably isn't going to be as much of a factor in this game, considering how much faster of a pace it's going to go. Last game, Cup was good because there was a lot of time for Brett to constantly get upgrades scrapped. With this, Champion wants to be strapping a jet engine to his deck and just, running over Brett as quickly as possible. Flip Galaxy Prime, tapping Thrust to give +3 attack, sending in. We haven't hurt the target yet, but I would not be surprised if it was the plane. I'm watching while it works, so no audio. Wait. Champion made the call right as I was saying that, so no audio, but damn, Cup is doing some work in this match. Yeah. 11. Looks like going into either the tank or Cup. Block 7, take 4. Went into Cup. Okay. Honestly, I don't even know what I would do in this situation, so I'm not going to criticize Champion for this, because frankly, and that is not my place to, even though I criticize people constantly on these things, but this is a situation where, if I don't know what I would be doing in this situation, I'm not going to start commentating on what the right or wrong move is, and this is definitely a situation where you can make an argument for going into any of them. Well, maybe not so much the tank. Definitely the planar Cup is the right call, because if you go into the tank, Brett's just going to force you to funnel all the attacks in there, and you're going to get a Sky Shadow on 10 health. Secret action comes down. If you go into the plane, you at least up that to maybe around 14, 16 or something like that. And Cup, you get his support piece off the field and limit his ability to deal with Galaxy Prime in the late game. So Secret Action coming down. Cup going into Thrust, blocking 4. So currently going in for 3 Pierce 1. 3 Pierce 1. Dropping a Lion Weight for a Sparring Gear. Takes the... Oh, no! That was into Galaxy? Dropping a Handheld Blaster for a Processor, it looked like. Tank going into Prime as well. Interesting he's going after Prime. 4, no Pierce, blocked. Playing into Prime. That's pretty good. Oop, White Icon. 4 Pierce 3. Up to 4. Yeah, I'm not too sure why Brett chose to go into Prime there, but, hey, there's clearly something he knows that I don't, so, yeah. So moving over to Champion's turn. Matrix onto Prime. That gives a +2 bonus, essentially, to Prime, because Thrust +1 will transfer back over. So this is currently 8, 9, 10, 14. This is a 14 damage Galaxy Prime swing about... Wait, no. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. I can do math, I swear. So, 13 into Cup. And the secret is a Hidden Fort. Nice. So 13 Pierce 1. So blocking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, hey, there's a Bellicosity. So 13, blocking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 13 blocking 9, take 4. Go to 8. So now that puts Champion in an interesting situation. Do you do one more attack into Cup and get him off the board? Or do you start using your power swings into the plane, potentially? And also, I just realized my comment about Brett forcing attacks into the tank is irrelevant earlier because of the fact that Brett gets a wheel turn every turn because Champion's just gonna be using Thrust as, you know, afterburners to run face first into whatever Brett's doing. If you catch my drift. Even though that is the wrong code head I am referencing. Anyways, I'll stop trying to make jokes. Anyways, Brett draws for turn. Now, do you go after Galaxy Prime again, or do you start trying to put damage on Thrust? And honestly, I don't know what the answer is there. I do not know this matchup at all, so my ability to commentate on this is very limited without having somebody to bounce ideas off of. God, I need to figure out the commentary situation. One day I will, but that day is not today, unfortunately. We're just getting some questions about how much attack is being dealt here on this next attack from Champion. And again, the Matrix is weird with this interaction because it gives Prime +1, but then it also gives Thrust +1, so that +1 bounces over to Prime, and it's essentially a +2. Flip Cup to get rid of the Matrix. What will he scrap? Hidden Fort, interesting. Scoundrel's Blaster onto the tank. Sending the tank into Optimus first. Scoundrel's on the tank, in case I didn't already say that. So that is 4, 7, Pierce 3. 7 blocking 3 takes 4, up to 8. Good swing there. And now you hope you flip a bunch of black icons with the plane. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Oh, and it's an orange. But going in for 5 Pierce 3, that is not bad. Picking up the sparring gear that... nope, not the sparring gear. That is something else. Takes the Pierce 3 up to 11. And then Cup in for 4 Pierce 1. And Prime will just take the Pierce 1 here. Sitting on 12 damage. Not too bad. But again, now you wonder... Who do you go into here with this? Do you save your thrust swing for going after Sky Shadow later? Oh. That answers that question. Javelin on to Prime. Oh, wait, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, not going for... That's an interesting decision. I would have done that personally because you smack the plane, you get a decent amount of damage on, Cup is dead, you get your utilities safe, and yeah. I don't know how I feel about that take back. Like, I feel like you need to get Cup off the board this turn, so that way you have some better, upgrade stickiness in the late game. But at the same time, I don't even know where I was going with that. I genuinely think you play the Javelin here. Unless there's just something I'm missing. Yeah, Cup has 10 health, so it's not even Cup has not enough health remaining. Oh, nope, he is going to go for the Javelin. Going into probably the plane. Actually, no. Do you maybe go into the tank here to maximize damage and then just one-shot the plane the first chance you get? Goes into the plane. Okay, so he is just going to do that. And then you throw the Javelin at Cup. Out comes Vorath. Yeah, there was actually a legitimate argument there to be made to actually send Prime into the tank and try to maximize damage on Sky Shadow, but that is a very risky maneuver in the grand scheme of things just because Brett could still easily come back and pierce you to death, so maybe... I don't know. 11 attack, blocking 5, taking 6 on the plane. Not going to pick anything up on Champion's side, it seems. And over to Brett's turn after a reshuffle. He does not have any green, so we will go straight into his turn momentarily. There's the cut. Draw. Can't really commentate on what to do here in terms of, attacking because of the fact that I don't know what's in Brett's hand. Processor gets played on the tank, setting a secret. Sending Vorath into Prime first. There's Pierce 1. There's Pierce 2. 2 Pierce 2. Okay. Does Vorath have 2 attack? Prime takes the 2, up to 14. Playing into Prime as well. Vorath does indeed have 2 attack. And playing going in for 4 Pierce 2. Takes the 2. There is a processor available as well as an espionage. Champion may... Nope, he looks like he might pick one of those up. Nope, not going to go for either of them. And then send the tank into Prime. He's got Pierce 2 from the Blaster, Pierce 3, 7 Pierce 3. And blocking 4 takes the Pierce 3. What in the world is that card there? Oh, that's a copy of Heroic Resolve. There's his star card. I was like, what green icon card has that art? And then I realized that wasn't a green, that was a blue, because Galaxy Prime plus Thrust is 24 stars. Untap. Move over to Champion's turn. You do not go into Vorath here. We established that now. If I'm in Champion's position, I probably go for the tank. Although, if Champion is holding onto a marksmanship, considering the fact he just asked about Vorath's health, may not be the weirdest call in the world. At least on my end, trying to predict what's going to happen. I mean, if you marksmanship, place some sort of offensive upgrade onto Galaxy Prime, and then send him into the tank, you're sitting pretty there as Champion. But if you don't have any of that combo, it does make the situation infinitely harder. And considering the fact he has... Well... I was about to say, considering the fact he hasn't immediately dropped the marksmanship or a matrix or something like that, he probably doesn't have it. But then again, there's several players on the server who are playing 5-dimensional chess every time they play this game. I am not one of them, but Brett and Champion are two of them that do play 5D chess, so I can't really rule something out by the fact that they are not immediately slamming it down. At least in a game state like this. Late game, that's a whole nother issue. So Prime's sitting at 90... What? Oh, wait a minute. So sitting at 19 with Galaxy Prime. Oh, that is not good in the slightest. Yeah, Champion is taking a long think about this. Again, if you ask me, you go into the tank here, because you do not... Yeah, you try to get as much damage onto Sky Shadow as possible. So that way Thrust could potentially do something in the late game. Because you do not want Sky Shadow combining here because of the fact that Galaxy Prime is, within getting shot by Sky Shadow range. So there's no situation where you attack the plane here. Yeah, So, realizing now that Galaxy Prime is in Sky Shadow range, yes, I know that took me forever to realize. Again, I'm not exactly the most competent when it comes to this game, even though I got third in the OI, but we're not going to talk about that. If you're Champion in this situation, I think your game plan at this point is to do as much damage to the tank as possible. So if and when Sky Shadow does combine, you're able to at least have a chance against him with Thrust floating around. If you attack the plane here, I don't want to call it a concession, but wait a minute, there's a Hollow Matter. That changes things significantly. Although, I still don't think you force Sky Shadow combine here. That seems like a bad idea, because then Sky Shadow just gets a free hit on Galaxy Prime. Or even worse, Vorath could probably get a Scoundrels, and then Sky Shadow gets a free shot at Thrust. Bellicosity! Who is the Bellicosity targeting? Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. Ignore me, sorry. I forgot that he's just gonna put it on Galaxy Prime anyways. It's not like it's gonna frickin' matter. I'm like, you need to declare your target, but, yeah. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing sometimes. 14! And all of those blues are oranges. And the Matrix is on Prime. So 14 from Galaxy Prime. And that is a dead Sky Shadow tank. Hollow Matter stops the Hollow Matter stops the Sky Shadow ping. But now you have a full health Sky Shadow there. And Vorath has a chance to potentially cheap shot Prime. And then Sky Shadow gets a free swing on Thrust. Now, does Brett have a Scoundrels? SpySat doesn't have the Scoundrels. Brett just inquired the health of Prime. It is, of course, 19 of 21, as I have mentioned a few times, but of course Brett can't hear me, so I'm referring more to, of course, you, the audience, knows, because I've said it like 5 times. Send Vorath in. Try and get lucky. There's one. Oh, he got it! He got it! There goes Galaxy Prime, and Sky Shadow gets a free shot at Thrust. Currently going in for 9 Pierce 4, 10 Pierce 4, 10 Pierce 5. 10 Pierce 5. It's not over yet, though. Thrust could still... Dropping a energy pack for a SpySat on Champion's side. Brett is going to drop something for that Scoundrels. Scout Armor for the Scoundrels. Champions could still win this. Sky Shadow is fairly damaged. Admittedly, Brett is a blue deck after all, so maybe not, but anything could still happen. Javelin, that gets rid of Vorath. Alternatively, he could throw the Javelin at Sky Shadow. No, wait! He's got a bigger they are! Send into Sky Shadow. Throw the Javelin at Vorath. Sky Shadow is dead on Pierce. Pierce 4. And that's a dead Sky Shadow. Ominous needs to pull something out of his rear now. He has the Scoundrels, but he needs a steady shot as well and a lot of Pierce. Admittedly, it is possible. If you get steady shot Scoundrels, you just need 2 black icons and you get the kill on Thrust. Oh, this is close. This is so close. Oh. Getting cuts. Champion is pre-shuffling because there's 1 card remaining in his deck. And out comes Ominous. There's the boy. Brett needs Scoundrel, Steady Shot, 2 black icons. Draw. There's the Scoundrels. He's got the Pierce 4. He doesn't have the Steady Shot. Oh, no. We might be going to Game 3. He got one of the black icons, too. It would have been an alive on 1 had he had the Steady Shot. But unfortunately, as it is, it's an alive on 2. So, takes the Pierce 4 up to 9. Picking up the Smelt. Dropping a Hold the Line. Untap. Draw for turn. Yeah, Hold the Line is not going to save Thrust in this situation because Ominous is 3 stars. Flip to bot mode. Brett could still get something here. SpySat on Thrust for the +1. Oh, bigger they are. Wait, no, bigger they are does not give Pierce here, so 8. 8 blocking 1. That was close. And we go to game 3. Woo! That was close. Yeah, that was absolutely insane. I was losing my mind over here at least 5 times at the end of that game. Anyways, now I gotta be a cool and collected moderator again. Brett, will you be going first or second? Going first. Champion, will you side any characters? Okay. Champion is now pondering. He is going to swap, if he's going to swap any characters. Brett is going first here. And Champion will be forced to swing at somebody here, which could be problematic. Keeping the lineup all right. Brett, will you side any characters? Alrighty, you may begin siding battle cards. Alrighty, Brett is... So, Brett is not siding any characters, and he is going first. Champion is sticking with the lineup, even though he will have to go into somebody of Brett's choosing. This is gonna be interesting. Game 3, folks. It's always, you love to see it. You love to always see a Game 3. And Champion is now saying, if he loses this match, at least he didn't lose 2-0. Like, regardless of what happens here, both of these guys have put up a hell of a fight, and this has been an absolutely insane match. Waiting for the cuts here. Sorry for being quiet here. It's just not a whole lot to commentate here while Brett is shuffling up. Oh, looks like we've got a cut. There's the cut. There's the draw. There's the cut. There's the draw. And sending the tank into thrust, it sounded like. Could be prime. 5 blocked. Wait, 5 blocked 2 still takes 1? Wait, what? 5 blocked 4 still takes 1. Okay, I was like, what? Is Champion going to pick up the processor? Yes, he will. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Dropping a sparring gear. Interesting. So now comes the question of, does he throw an attack into the tank here? A full blast attack. Flipping Prime to bot mode as expected. Playing a reclaim to get back the sparring gear, and then swinging in full blast into the tank. Gets the trigger. 12 going into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Takes 5. Really good defense there. And Champion will get the sparring gear. And does Brett want that processor? Dropping a smoke cloak for a processor, always a good play. So draw for turn on Brett's side. So I was about to start commenting on who you attack with here, but again, he's got a wheel turn. Although you have 5 cards in hand, surely you're able to pitch one of them to Cup, right? Admittedly, though, do you want to flip Cup here? Do you maybe want to keep that extra tough 1 in order to potentially stave off a Galaxy Prime hit? Scout Armor onto Cup? Okay, Scout Armor, interesting. As a reminder of what this does, it can only go on Constructicons, tanks, trucks, or wreckers. Cave and Crash, ooh. Probably 1 to Cup, 2 to Prime here. So Scout Armor can only be put on those 4 traits. +1 defense, and when the upgraded character is KO'd, you draw 2 cards. Pretty decent when you're able to use it. 1 to the tank. Why would you not put it on Cup there? I'm confused. You get the +1 then. 1 to the tank, 2 to Prime. Yeah, if you were just... Yeah, that would give you +1 attack. I'm just confused as to why you would not put it on Cup there. Flip Cup anyways to scrap the, scout... Or the sparring gear. Pitching a scouting mission. Okay. Sending the plane in first into Prime. For 5. No Pierce. Takes 1. So up to 4. Dropping a Smoke Cloak for a Scoundrels. And then Cup in, currently going in for 4. Pierce 1. Pierce 2. That will take 2. And there's a Hollow Matter available for Champion. 6 damage total on Prime. Is he going to take the Hollow Matter here? It did come in clutch in the last game. I mean, I don't see why you... Oh, wait, he's only got 3 cards in hand. That might change things slightly. Dropping an energy pack for a Hollow Matter. Now, here's the question. Does he top deck a Reclaim? He doesn't have it in hand based on what he just said, so he's hoping for a top deck. Champion is looking at going into Cup here, potentially, because he was asking about how much defense Cup has. Processor onto Prime. That will at least get a card. And there's a Bellicosity on Prime. And sends into the plane, was that? Going in for 13? 13. Went into a Cup. Okay, going into Cup. Cup is KO'd. Scout Armor scraps. He'll draw 2. Yep, so draw 2 off the Scout Armor. Vorath deploys, not picking up any greens. Draw for turn on Brett's side of the field. Little bit worse of a game state compared to last game. But still, if you're Brett, you might be able to make something out of this. Lion Weight getting set. Scoundrels on the tank. That helps. Sending the tank into prime. Pierce 2. Pierce 3. Pierce 4. 6 Pierce 4. Take the Pierce 4 up to 10. Dropping Spy Sat for Scoundrels. Send the plane in next. Blocking enough for where Pierce is going to be what matters. 5 Pierce 1. Take the 1. Up to up to 11. I can do math. And then Vorath. 2 Pierce, nothing. Blocked. Sitting at 11 at this point in the game compared to last game when I think there was like 14 on the field on champion side. I don't remember. Anyways, champion. We have an untap over to champion's turn. He's got the processor draw. And he's got a lot of options, it looks like, in his hand. I'm counting either 5 or 6 cards in hand at the moment. Pretty respectable number. Sparring gear on Prime. Going into the plane, so that could force a 16 damage Sky Shadow combine. Does not get the trigger on Galaxy. So 11 Pierce 1. 11 blocking 5 takes 6, so 16 damage is the minimum combined now on Sky Shadow. And over to Brett's turn. Untap the Lion Weight, draw for turn. Not really much to commentate on here, aside from who do you put that Scoundrels on. You probably put it on the plane to maximize damage here. Yeah, you probably put the Scoundrels on the plane here. He's thinking long and hard about this. He's putting it on Vorath. Interesting. Ooh, Cayman. 1 to the plane. 2 to Prime, up to 13, and send Vorath in first for 2 Pierce 3. There's a reshuffle. Five Pierce 3 is the swing. Oh, right, I forgot Scoundrels is a thing. So 5 Pierce 3, takes the Pierce 3, up to, so that was up to 16, takes Pierce 4. Say the line, Bart! And then Brett is looking at an espionage here, I think. Dropping processor for an espionage on Brett's side, and then sending the tank in. Champion has already flipped. Currently going in for 6 Pierce 2, 6 Pierce 3. That is a dead prime, and this game is instantly looking very good for Brett. Wait. Is Champion conceding? Nope, that is not a concession just yet, it seems. Okay, draw for turn, flip thrust. He's gonna have to go through Sky Shadow and Vorath, plus a piece. And yeah, looks like Brett accidentally scrapped the Scoundrels at some point, but yeah, that should be on the plane still, or the tank still. So, Spy Sat on Thrust. He'll reclaim an orange card. Oh, there's the pause on waiting to see if the Lion Weight will be used. Okay, he almost jumped the gun there. So 5, 6. So there is an orange on top of the deck. So that's 7 currently going in. Is he going to use the Lion Weight? Two cards in hand on Champion's side. That's what Brett's asking about right now. Probably has something to do with espionage. Will not use the Lion Weight, so that's going in for 7. Blocking 3. And that's a dead... That 7 blocking 3, take 4. That is a dead plane, and he combines on 16. No damage dealt because of the fact that Thrust is a con. And then dropping a Lion Weight for a Sparring Gear, I believe that was. And now Sky Shadow attack. And he's got a Scoundrels too, so he's going in for 10 Pierce 4 at the moment with Bold 2. So, yeah. Although Vorath does not have any Pierce right now, so that could complicate matters. Especially, oh my god, I just realized he combined on 16 health with Sky Shadow all 3 games. What are the odds? Pre-shuffle on Champion's end. Brett will draw. Going for 11 health, 1 defense are the values on Thrust right now, so he's got a 1-shot threshold of 12. A steady shot would help. Oh, Bellicosity on Sky Shadow. That helps. Oh, and a Javelin on Vorath as well. I believe Vorath is melee, if I'm not mistaken. Vorath... Why is he ranged? There's no guns in his art. I swear to God, Titan Master combat trading makes no sense. So that's a lot of orange because of Bellicosity, and I believe that is the game. Yep, everything is packing up, and that is a 2-1 win for Brett with Sky Shadow over Galaxy Prime. The only Sky Shadow to make it to Top Cut, and it takes down Galaxy Prime. That was an insane set. Good God. But with that being said, Sky Shadow will now go up against the Crusade. Not from Naga, but from Nanotech, who is on a... I know he's on the Crusade, which is Windcharger, Wheeljack, and Perceptor. I don't know what modifications have been made to it, though, to conform to the Wave 1 through 5 format. But we will find that out hopefully later in the week, and the winner of Brett versus Nano will go on to face Naga in the finals. Of course, we've got to get through our other top 4 match first, so stay tuned for when that happens. It'll probably be sometime in the next couple of days. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw here tonight, though. If you did, there's a little purple button you can push down below to show that if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch, or if you're watching the YouTube re-upload of this, there's a little red button you can push down below to show that. Again, top 4 between Nano and Brett in probably on Wednesday at the earliest, based on my schedule, because there is a rule in place to help make sure I can stream as many top cut matches as possible, and that means that due to some stuff I have going on tomorrow night, that it cannot happen tomorrow night unless it's like very late, but even then that might be a bit of a stretch. We will see what happens, though. Again, Brett versus Nano top 4 match later this week. The winner of that will face Naga and Fort Max in the finals. But until then, that will do it for this broadcast. Peace out, y'all.